Look closely at the $3 trillion worldwide apparel industry, and you will see a massive, saturated void. Thousands of new brands enter this space every single month, disappearing into an ocean of blank fabric and identical silhouettes. The natural instinct for most new creators is to jump straight to the drawing board. They sketch out a logo, pick out blanks, and upload mock-ups online, without ever asking themselves who exactly is supposed to wear the clothing. Designing for a universal audience, or hoping that whoever likes it will buy it, creates an immediate economic disadvantage. Without a target, your message gets diluted against competitors who have billions in marketing capital. Bypassing the architectural phase of deciding exactly who you serve is the flaw that sinks most independent creators. The battle is usually lost before a single t-shirt hits the printing press. Operating without a defined audience triggers a chain reaction of structural business failures. These mechanics dictate how a brand lives or dies in the market. This flowchart maps an unfocused brand. A generic start leads directly to inefficient marketing, weak loyalty, and plummeting profit. But a niche functions as a protected segment, a high-density pocket where your brand takes root in a specific culture. Surviving in this industry demands a complete reversal of the typical creative process. You have to define the exact person you are talking to long before you design the physical product they will buy. To do that, we use the brand identity sequence, a 3-step architectural blueprint that lays the groundwork for a viable apparel launch. Step 1 is direction. This requires you to intentionally select a highly specific lane that directly aligns with your own passions, your personal story, and your long-term vision. At this stage, you are choosing which exact corner of culture your brand is going to occupy, rather than focusing on fabric weights or typography. Anchoring your work to a specific cultural story is a strict prerequisite. That single choice acts as the compass for every creative and business decision you make from this point forward. Once you have your direction, we move to step 2, clarity. This involves filtering the entire market to find a highly concentrated audience. You apply rigorous criteria to lock in on a specific subculture and the exact local or digital communities your brand will serve. The final filter isolates the singular shared identity, or the specific need that binds these individuals together. Applying these strict criteria transforms your target audience from an abstract demographic on a spreadsheet into a highly cohesive, reachable tribe. That brings us to the final phase, identity. This is the process of translating that filtered audience data into your brand's external voice and visuals. When you know the specific identity of your wearer, your creative choices become much sharper. Your copy, your color palettes, and your messaging gain a level of specificity that generic brands can't replicate. This precision allows your brand to become a tangible, recognizable entity within that culture, rather than something easily ignored. A successful brand identity acts as a deliberate reflection of the community it serves, mirroring their values and aesthetics in every design. Executing this sequence generates immediate momentum. When a brand aligns perfectly with its niche, it creates a sense of unity among its followers. We can track the strategic rewards on this graph. While generic brands flatline, this trajectory accelerates through market differentiation, emotional relevance, and established brand authority. These factors mathematically drive the business forward, resulting in higher conversion rates and fierce customer loyalty. Choosing a niche is a strategic mechanism for concentrating your impact. It ensures your resources are spent where they have the highest probability of triggering a response. When you solve a specific need for a dedicated group, their collective adoption creates the foundation for a larger movement. This focused impact is the blueprint for scaling a small line into a significant cultural presence. Challenge yourself to define your direction, clarify your audience, and build your identity before you pick up a sketchpad. This is where your brand's long-term viability is decided.